And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. There's nothing like an Australian when he's mad at the Lakers. I'll just leave it at that. And then he gets mad at another Australian in our chat. So it's just great to see. But once again, truly appreciate you joining us. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for joining us because I'm Gerald Glassford from the Lakers Fast Break Pop Culture Cosmos. Yeah, Jeremy, I'm sorry I had to witness it too. It's nothing like Australians again when they get mad. It's just such an epic thing. I'm hoping Mark, aka Xbox, jumps on with me tonight, but it is again Gerald Glassford from the Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On this week's episode of the PCC Multiverse on the Pop Culture Cosmos, get it? PCC, Pop Culture Cosmos. We are talking TJ Johnson. TJ Johnson, I co-host on the Friday show, drops by to go ahead and he catches up with me on his best and worst of 2025 in pop culture. He's got a great list that hopefully you guys will check out, and whether or not you want to disagree or agree with what he has to say, and also as well what he's looking forward to most in this year in 2026 in pop culture. A lot of great movies, some video games. Really looking forward to some good stuff as well. Some of the things that kind of actually surprised me. So go ahead and hear what TJ Johnson has to say on this week's PCC Multiverse on the Pop Culture Cosmos channel, wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube on the Lakers Fast Break channel for members and the Pop Culture Cosmos as well. Also want to give a big shout out to the guys at the Lakerholics, Lakerholics.com. They were here earlier today. L. Rob and Jamie Sweet. We were talking the Lakers, got into a little bit of a back and forth with the chat members, especially one in regards to Jonathan Kuminga. So go ahead and check that out later on tonight or tomorrow during the game, as far as whether it's the NFL game or just during the day sometime. Check out our latest Lakers weekend with the Lakerholics group from Lakerholics.com. But we recorded right here on the Lakers Fast Break as well. And then last but certainly not least, I want to mention my good friend Drip right here with Kobe and Gigi, this awesome pillow. He's still doing great work. My man, Tough So in the chat, he was raving, absolutely raving about his canvas art, about the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. He did for Tough, of course, Chris, aka Drip Show, at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. So really, he has got a happy customer, and he's thinking about getting more stuff from Drip Show. So if you want to see quality art like this, like right behind me with Luka and LeBron, please go ahead and support Drip Show Shop at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Follow him there, then let him know by messaging him, DM what you are thinking about in the realm of pop culture or sports, and go ahead and see if he can do it for you at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. DBSH says it right there. Another embarrassing loss to a below 500 team. And that's what was on the docket for tonight as the Lakers headed to Portland. Oh, by the way, it was announced actually yesterday that Luka would not be playing due to a sore groin issue. And then, oh, by the way, hours before the game, both Jaxson Hayes was out with still hamstring issues. And then also Deandre Ayton with some knee soreness was also listed as out. So the Lakers didn't have their top two scorers, with, if you remember, Austin Reaves is still out, Luka Doncic, and their two centers, their two top centers, Deandre Ayton, and also as well Jaxson Hayes. And that's a big key right there because tonight was a case where they got killed on the boards tonight. Your centers for tonight were Maxi Kleber and Drew Timme. Now, Drew Timme, give him all the credit in the world. 9 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from three, playing his heart out, 21 points, but the kid just can't defend, just can't rebound. Only 2 rebounds for him. Maxi Kleber, 5 for him. And as a team, they got out rebounded 42-27. Tonight, it was just absolutely after the first half, where once again another team lit up the Lakers at the half. It was 71 to I think it was 71-61. 71 points in that first half they gave up, and it just didn't seem to go well from there on the third quarter, where they gave up another 36 spot. Lead went to 20. And then after that, even though the Lakers brought it down to 11, it never got under double digits once again in the second half. Lakers just unfortunately just threw up the white flag with a few couple minutes to go left in the game. And despite LeBron trying to battle against the world, didn't look like a great performance tonight from LeBron. He did look like a little bit like older LeBron tonight. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, but it's only 6 to 16. Marcus Smart, give him credit. It was good shooting, Marcus, today. 25 points, 9 to 17, 4 or 6 from 3. And I mentioned Drew Timme, 21 for him. But the Lakers just never were really in this game for most of it as they lose 132 to 116. Want to hear what you guys have to say. I know it's another frustrating loss. I'm going to get the updated standings here, but you're not going to probably like what I have to say once I tell it to you because the Lakers, I believe, are in a tie right now. Essentially, they have different records, but they're essentially in a tie for sixth place in the Western Conference because they have fallen 9.5 games back right alongside the Phoenix Suns, who are also 9.5 games back. The Phoenix Suns have 17 losses. The Lakers have 16 losses, so that's why they're holding sixth place for now. But we'll see what happens because tomorrow they play on the second game of a back-to-back. It gets worse. So they actually are their only home game coming up here for the next 9 games is tomorrow, and that's at Toronto, playing with Toronto at the Crypt tomorrow. We'll go ahead and have for you as far as the post game is concerned. So hopefully you guys are going to hopefully see a better turnaround here in less than 24 hours. So we'll see what happens there. But tonight, yeah, just not a great result. I did see some effort from these guys. I mentioned that in the Discord tonight that there was some great effort. At times in that third and fourth quarter. But yeah, they just don't have the talent. They just don't have the athleticism. And the Portland Trailblazers executed well on the offensive end. And the Lakers just are that bad on D. They were just that bad on D. And it just was really disappointing tonight. Let's go here and see what you guys have to say. Nick T said 22 free throws for the Blazers in the first quarter. Yeah. We always talk and we always get a lot of flack thrown at us about the free throws and going to the free throw line. You saw it right there. That set the tone. 40 points in that first quarter for Portland, and we're able to get over the hump on that. Jeremy says you guys should watch the Lakerholics episode late today. Yeah, they basically said, "Oh, we have no chances." Well, we've been saying that for a while, Jeremy. I mean, our season predictions by most of the crew said right there that the Lakers were not going to be a high level, top level team. Many of us predicted fourth, fifth, and sixth in the Western Conference, and that's where we're at right now. I know that's hot start. I think gave everybody the illusion like the Lakers, with the right moves, with the right players, with the right time, could do something in the Western Conference this year. But yeah, it's looking more and more likely that that's not going to be the case. El Rosto, thank you so much for your very kind super chat. Truly appreciate it. It's great having you part of the Discord right there. And again, big shout out to Vari, despite what Mark was saying, uh, constantly in between rants he either had a rant on the Lakers, Mark did, or a rant on Vari. So it was actually very amusing to me. It actually made the time go by faster and it's more enjoyable, even though the Lakers are getting roasted. El Roaster says, love these Lakers. Again, I love them too. And love them more than as far as any sports team that I watch and follow. Yeah, but yeah, it's just been disappointing to see what's happened because they have fallen off a cliff this past 6 weeks. And here today to go ahead and discuss today's game. Good man indeed. It is my good friend returning to us from I Got Next Sports Media. It is Legend. Legend, great to have you here, my friend. El Rose, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. You love these Lakers, and again, I love them too. And hopefully, you guys will still keep that love through the good times and the bad times. But Legend, you don't have your two top centers. You don't have your two top scorers in the game. It makes it really hard to go ahead and I guess compete on that level, even against a underwhelming Portland Trailblazers team coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, it makes it pretty difficult to compete at the level that you know you can when you're missing so much of your regular talent that would have been starting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of not surprising that they lost tonight. I mean, you're asking a lot out of guys who normally don't give you a lot of production. I mean, it's hard to make up for about 4 of your starters not in the game. That's pretty hard to make up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you almost have to ask LeBron James to really rewind the clock to pull this off, and he just couldn't do it.
No, he looked old tonight at times. And again, the attention to detail on the defensive end was just not there. And then some of these, you bring up these guys from the G League, Kobe Buffkin, who had 9 himself, who's on a 10-day, Drew Timme on a 2-way. And these guys just can't play the kind of level of defense that you need in order to get stops. And it was just very disappointing. Black, what's going on, my friend? Truly appreciate it as well. Thank you, Geno Rosto, for the awesome $20 super chat. Truly appreciate it. Very kind of you. Blake, also Black, I'm sorry, has also, by the way, John sends his love. Salute, guys. Tough loss. Get Braun off the team, please. Also, just check in case anyone was looking for me. John is not going to be here tonight. He's going to try for tomorrow. I told him I would send you his love, by the way, Black. So just wanted to make sure that, but it's funny because one day Black is here, John's not. The other day John's here, Black is not. So we got to get these two guys once together again because it's always amusing when that's the case. But LeBron tonight, legend again. It's just was a great. He needed to step up. He didn't get it done. But it was also a team effort. It was also a coaching effort. It was also an organizational effort. I know we talked about this in our Discord earlier, but when this team wins and loses, it has to be taken as a whole. The roster construction, the effort from the players, how they're utilized. It's everybody takes a part in when they get it right and when they win, and everybody deserves a piece of it when they lose as well, legend.
You're absolutely right, Gerald. I mean, you can't just put the blame, only on the guys who been producing off the bench. You got to put it on everybody. JJ, LeBron, everyone. It's been a whole team effort the last couple of games, and it's clearly at this point I think it's pretty obvious that the team needs a lot of work, and it's definitely pretty much showing at this point they need several trades to fix this. You need several, and I'm not for sure you can fix all this on that trade deadline. I think somebody's going to go into the summer to really, really fix it. So I'm kind of curious to see
I agree with you.
What they do.
Yeah. No. There's just too many. There's too many pieces right now, legend, that need to be filled before the Lakers can call themselves in the upper echelon of the Western Conference or in the NBA as a whole. And with what the Lakers have as assets right now outside of expiring contracts, you just can't do it. They just can't do it. They just don't have the necessary pieces. And I know it's hard. It's hard when you come to grips with an audience or you try to get them to come to grips with the fact that what this season is going to ultimately look like,
Right.
because the odds as this losing streak, and you went through this with Golden State last year, where you guys started out hot, really hot, and you were like number 1 in the Western Conference for a period of time, and then you fell off a cliff, and then you got Jimmy Butler back that helped save your season. But the problem is you had a lot of money or assets in order to make that move to get Jimmy Butler to go ahead and clear your salary cap. The Lakers, unless they stack some of these expiring contracts together and dangle that first or a whole bunch of pick swaps, because they have 5 pick swaps, I don't think they're going to get a Jimmy Butler walking through that door this season.
Yeah, I don't know if they can pull that off, but it's
like
I said.
What I mean by Jimmy Butler, just someone that can give you that kind of leap that he did during your season. Yeah,
I will say I know a couple Laker fans in real life too. I had told them I seen this movie before. I tried to warn them on that part. I seen it. It happened last year. They started off hot, and then you saw the real team about end of December and January. You saw the real deal. So I understand exactly what everybody's feeling right now, because been there, done it. But it hurts when it happens. It hurts, and man, I want to see what Raw can do, because this is a work in progress right here for sure. This is a really work in progress.
It is a work in progress indeed. Once again, I'm here with Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Please go ahead and like what he's doing and subscribe to his channel, I Got Next Sports Media. He covers the world of college football like no one else. Please go ahead and do so. And he's got your sports coverage covered for you at I Got Next Sports Media. It's me, Gerald Glasser. Thanks again for watching and listening. Want to make sure that everybody knows if you're just joining us, 132 to 116, the Lakers lose. They're now 24-16 on the season. They're essentially tied with the Phoenix Suns for sixth place in the Western Conference, 9.5 games back. And I know that, and I got to give credit to El Rosto, who gave us a very generous chat earlier about, guys, even though it does not look very bright right now, the Lakers are still a 600 team because right now they're at 600. So, I mean, I get it. They're still, 8 games above 500. There's still some signs of life with the Lakers. They're still above 500 on both home and away. We'll see if that changes, my friend, because 8 of the next 9 are away from home. And it starts tomorrow with their only home game of those 9 against the Toronto Raptors, my friend.
Yes, this is going to be interesting to see how it went with Toronto Raptors because I don't think the Raptors played today, but I know they lost to the Clippers, so they're going to definitely be looking to bounce back after that heartbreaking loss in OT with the Clippers. Yeah, it's the season not over yet. I'm gonna say that the season is not over, but I would say, nice, got the shades on. I like that. I would definitely say that the championship part is probably dead.
Now I agree with beginning to agree with Black. Is the fact that LeBron James is there, but again, you can't put this all on LeBron. You can't put this all on any one particular member. But what happens? A lot of us are starting to think of what happens or how much better it can be, or will it be if LeBron when LeBron leaves, maybe as possibly as early as the end of the season. Because again, first off, the $52.6 million that he's got currently on the cap, but also as well, it's just at times looking really good. And sometimes like today, it's just really not looking that great. And overall, again, as the guy who needed to step up today, he didn't get it done, but the rest of the team, for the most part, didn't get it done as well. But here today to talk about good man indeed. He was a great part of our Discord. He's there in Australia. And again,
Legend.
As I said, coming onto the show, there's nothing better in life than an Australian going off on the Lakers or an Australian going off on another.
Oh, man.
It is, of course, my good friend, Mark, aka Xbox. Xbox, great to have you here. I wish I could have.
Thanks, boys.
If there was any day on this earth that I wish I had the ability to go ahead and, like I did with playback, and have a simulcast for our YouTube audience, today would have been a day, because you were in classic Joe Soro mode, my friend, and you had every right to be. So frustrating. There was effort out there. I
wasn't happy.
That's the problem. I saw effort from a lot of the guys. The execution was just really bad on both ends of the ball. And defensively, this is a train wreck. It's not because they're not trying. Like we talked about in the fourth quarter, I saw them diving for balls. I saw them trying to get in front of them. It's just they can't. It's just they have the wrong players doing the wrong things, Mark, at the wrong time.
And g'day to Legend and Gerald. Absolutely love being on with you two boys. But honestly, that's all good, Gerald, when you're losing, and I saw sort of half asked, sorry for that word, but I won't use it again, but, during losing times, and this is what I keep saying to the boys. And we had a really heated discussion. Possibly I was the only one that was heated, but tonight about LeBron and bringing him back as a veteran minimum player. Honestly, man, LeBron, a game like tonight, when we found out Luka Doncic was out, okay, we didn't realize at the time DA would be out, Hayes would be out. But when is LeBron James going to step up and be the second guy in the team and win us a game? AR's done that, Gerald. AR did that last year against Boston. He's done that this year when Luka was out. LeBron, okay, and then the excuses come in. Mark, he's 41. I'm 41 too. I'm not playing NBA level, and I'm not taking 55 million to do it. So, okay, we can start at facts, and we can start at LeBron and say, okay, good effort, LeBron. You tried. No, sorry, LeBron, you can't win games, so you're a problem. And then we go down, Gerald, and we start going through the list of players here. Gabe Vincent, why is he an LA Laker, Gerald? How has he played at this level? It's so poor for so long. Cut him. Put him in the G League. Don't play him. I don't care what salary you're on. You've got to be way better than the level Gabe Vincent's at. Gabe, you were shy. Okay, yeah, fine. You scored a couple of three. You do that every game, Gabe. You're not good enough to play at this level. He's got to go. Okay, let's keep going, Gerald. Let's go through the plays. Max Kleber. Yeah, okay, a couple of good minutes in the first quarter, 9-odd points. Other than that, man, no defensive efforts. Like, whatsoever. Gerald, there was one point, man, where he was under the basket with the that guy that you've spoken, Alpari or whatever his name is, before. He got an easy layup, and literally, like, when the ball got to him, Kleber just ran to the sideline to like waiting to get the ball, like to pass it into LeBron James. Kleber, how are you playing at the NBA level for the LA Lakers? You're a disgrace. Okay, let's keep going. Can we just go through players, player by player here, guys? It is not good enough to play for the LA Lakers anymore. I'm sorry. Okay, Timme, thank you, Timme. You stepped up, and you deserve more minutes, but you can't defend for shit. He can't defend for shit. So how that's going to help with Luka and that, I'm not too sure. But hey, Gerald, he can score. So, let me just let's just make it an all-star game. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Let me just say this, Mark, real quick. Timme scored, very efficient on the opposite. Good passer. Just cannot play defense if his life depends on it. It's so clear why
he can't.
NBA. It's just so clear, and it's just so sad to see. I just feel bad for the kid because you can see how talented he is on the offensive end, Mark.
Man, but how bad are we that we're sort of saying, "Oh, give him more minutes"? Like, this is a comedy show, man. Like, tonight really, sort of, it broke my heart or broke my back a bit because I've been the one that's sort of been really enthusiastic. And even tonight, Legend, I was like, okay, you look at it like this. Okay, Luka, you're gone. And then we didn't really know DAs and Hayes would be out, but okay, you find out they're out. And AR's already been out. Okay, that's fine. 4 players are out. Then it's the next mix of players, Gerald. It's LeBron. It's Rui. It's Gabe. It's all like they cannot win games for anything, man. We didn't play the friggin' like Oklahoma City tonight. We played Portland Trailblazers, and we're just not competitive at all. At no point do we think we're going to win the game. Man, I can't get my head around what's happening anymore. LeBron James, man, you're on 55 mil. What's going on with you? Are you retiring? Or are you going another year? So, man, LeBron James, I'm telling you now, Gerald, he was good in the past. Man, his leadership is pathetic, man. There's no leadership. There's no accountability. I'm sorry, Gerald, when you're down 15 points or whatever, and you're on 55 mil, you chew the hell out of these players, man. There's just none of that. I said this tonight, Gerald, about Dalton Connect. And sorry, Legend, I won't rant too long. But Dalton Connect, okay, is not getting minutes in front of Bronny James anymore. Dalton Connect was glazed by LeBron James. He said every other manager, every other GM in the league had no idea what they were doing, and we drafted Dalton. Dalton can't even get minutes, ahead of his son anymore. What is going wrong with this club, man? Okay, JJ this, JJ that. That's fine. I agree because some of JJ's decision making is poor, but this team is shocking, man. And why is Rob Pelinka still in a job? Joe keeps telling us to be patient, this and that. I'm sorry. This is the LA Lakers. Get Rob Pelinka out of a fucking job now and start clearing house, man. This is horrific, mate. We are going nowhere quick. They're wasting Luka's time. They're wasting AR's time. Man, I'm sick of it. honestly, tonight just absolutely just I've lost it, man. I can't handle it anymore. Can't handle it. I'm the one, Gerald, you know me, Mr. Optimistic. Not anymore, man. We are cooked as a club, and unless they start changing things, man, I can't get my head around what's happening. I just can't. Bronny James playing significant minutes in the second quarter when the game was in winning time. JJ, man, I've had your back, bro. You want your back to be fucked? I'm gonna do it, man. JJ, get out. JJ, go back to ESPN where you sucked. This is bad, man. This is as bad as it gets as a Laker fan, man. People keep talking about the Kobe years when we had no players, this and that. At least we had a bit of heart, man. At least these players were young. This team is full of clowns, bro. This is bad, Joe. This is mediocre. This is weak. It's not becoming of the Lakers, man. It's just not. Like I'm used to going for Barcelona and Lakers when they're competing week in, week out, and this is like, what do we even watch, Joe? Why do we watch? What's the point of watching the rest of the season? What, to come 8th, 10th? The Clippers are in a better position than us. No, I'm sorry. I've lost it, but I just can't get my head around it now. I'm just absolutely losing my mind.
By the way,
sorry, boys.
No worries. That's the nice version of Mark. You guys missed the not so nice version of Mark earlier on the Discord. First of all, Rodell, you're incorrect again. I've been wanting Rob Pelinka to be fired for years and years and years. So let's not go that. And that is actually a ton of hours of footage on this channel to support and back up what I said. So you made a mistake there, Rodell. So please, before you put that stuff up, please don't do that, because you're just proving yourself wrong again. I've wanted him to be gone. We made fun of, for goodness sakes, Joe made a Halloween mask of Rob Pelinka because we cannot stand the guy so much. And that was years ago. So don't start changing the narrative. There's so much changing the narrative around in this world. Don't start changing the narrative here. I'm going to put it like this, Legend. Hopefully get Mark back, because I think he may have broken his cell phone. He was so mad. He said he was going to do that during the game, but he didn't do that. But I also want to put out, I know that, Alan, you've got a question. By the way, Jay Huff was undrafted, but they should have kept him. He scored 29 on Friday. I just want to make the mention of that. But speaking of which, before I get to Alan's question, and I want to bring it to you, Bronny James, yes, he was in there in the second quarter and immediately got roasted by a rookie undrafted. This is a guy who I have failed to mention in all of our conversations, both me, Caleb Ponce, you, everyone. Caleb, right there, Caleb Love is a rookie undrafted free agent. He's a 24-year-old coming out of Arizona. Legend, they posted the stat on the Portland game tonight that he has scored more points than any rookie since Christmas. Let me just put that in perspective. Undrafted rookie, the entire league missed him, and he scored more points than any rookie. That includes Com Knipple, that includes Cooper Flagg, that includes BJ Edgecombe, that includes every rookie out there, and everybody missed him. These are the type of picks and gets that you get that will change the course of your basketball team. And Legend, again, it just shows, again, how bad Rob Pelinka is at his evaluation. And Alan, I will get to your question. But again, tonight, he roasted in 2 straight plays. I think it was 2 out of 3 possessions, 2 straight 3-pointers on Bronny, right in his face. Because Bronny is just too small, too short. He didn't do anything with it. Right there. That shows in a nutshell how bad the Lakers are, because they had to accommodate LeBron, and how, as far as what they do on roster construction, and what you could do instead about finding these diamonds in the rough, Legend.
Yeah, that just shows us how bad he is with the draft. And I mean, at this stage, with the way the CBA is now, sometimes that drafting is going to be your best bet to solve a lot of issues, especially on 3D wings. Your best chance is going to be through that draft, because a lot of teams are not going to give up a 3D wing if you got one, especially if he's young too. You're not getting one, not without paying the heavy price. he's been pretty terrible when it came to drafting. Maybe the best one so far, probably Max Christie, who's been doing pretty good for the
Yeah, he
Mavs.
scored 22. Rodell's
Oh, don't go there. Do not go there.
No, he did score 22. You
Oh,
gotta give it. He did.
my
He is
heart.
a good rotation player. I said
Legend.
all along
Damn
he
you.
would be a good rotation player. That's what he's going to be. He scored 22 today. I got it. Rodell and I went back and forth. I kept saying he is a NBA player, unlike Joe and unlike John, who were on this.
Where's Bob Myers, man? Gerald, where's Bob Myers? I keep saying, why is he not?
He's getting a
Why is
fat
he not
ESPN check. Is what he's getting. He's getting
Well,
a fat
man,
ESPN check.
Pay him that fat check and pay him more and get him to LA, man. Because look what he did with the Warriors. How is Bob Myers not a GM, man? And we got, man,
you
miss him.
There doing a great
We could
job
have him.
Your team mediocre, there, legend. I'll just say that.
But, that dude was elite, man, and he got along with players, man. Rob Pelinka is still here because of his relationship with Kobe, and then subsequent to that, Genie. It just doesn't make sense anymore. Like it does not make sense anymore when you look in isolation what he's done in trades, in recruitment, in drafting. I'm sorry, Joe. We keep saying this, and Joe. Shout out to Joe. He's in the comments. Mad love to Joe. And please come on if you're available, Joe. Joe keeps telling us to be patient. Man, I'm getting over being patient. This is the LA Lakers. You don't waste 1 second, one season. I'm going to go with Joe because Joe knows a lot more than me about basketball. But at the end of the day, please make something happen soon, man. Rob Pelinka should not be anywhere near this club, Gerald. He's there in the locker room, thanking the players, high-fiving players after games. Get out, man. Get out of my club, man. We need the highest of expectations, Gerald. Rob Pelinka is just not good enough anymore, man. I'm sorry. After the 6-7 years of this crap, man, we don't live forever, guys. Half the time we're a baby, then we get old, we don't know anything. Okay, we're in this gap where we want to see people winning and doing stuff. Rob Pelinka, you're wasting our freaking time, man. And they keep saying about Rob, oh, yeah, he got the Luka. He didn't get the Luka trade, man. He got that lucky as hell. His mate called him up or the end. Nah, bro. Dude, that was all because of luck, man. That was the NBA was involved. They said, trade him to LA. We'll give you Cooper Flag. Something was going on there, man. Okay? That was not Rob Pelinka calling up and saying, hey, let's actively trade AD for anyone. Everything's been luck with Rob. Everything's been shy. It's not good enough for the Lakers, man. Clear house. Get out, Rob. I'm at the point where JJ goes. Gabe Vincent should never play for the Lakers again, man. I'm going to say this. I don't care. You guys say, a couple of threes in a row. No way, man. That guy's not even good enough to play in Australia. But he starts with the Lakers when we have one player out or, in his position. Nah, man. Hell no. Let's do something, man. Hey, I'm in Australia, guys. Anyone in LA, go to Staples now, start protesting, man. I kept hearing they'd have riots and stuff in the 90s when things got this bad. This is bad, guys. We're looking at years of mediocrity unless they change something. I'm telling you, despite the fact we got Luka, and I feel like, okay, anytime Luka plays, you're a chance. Hell no, you're not when you got a squad like this, man.
Once again, it is the
Lakers bad, man.
Break. It is, of course. It is bad indeed. It is, of course, Mark A. Xbox. Of course, legend from my guy,
sorry. Oh, I swore. I'm so sorry.
Worries. No worries. You're good, my friend. And me, Gerald Glassford. The Lakers once again lose. I can tell. 132 to 116.
Oh, they're struggling.
Intel Wild says the Lakers need to build a team around Luka this summer that doesn't involve LeBron or Reaves. Well, that means that's probably going to have to be no trades and just holding on to all that expiring money that comes off the books at the end of the season. Truly appreciate the super chat there, everyone. Appreciate it so much, Intel. Great to have you here. I want to go ahead and hit a question that Alan sent to me. Let me go ahead and bring it up here. We brought it back sometime. I know he put it on here twice. So let me go ahead and hit it up here in just a second. Try to scroll up to go ahead and find it once again. So let me ask you this. When it comes to what Alan was saying, if I can find it. Oh, yes. Would we have had the same energy if it were only Luka instead of LeBron tonight? Again, the execution was terrible on both sides of the ball. But with a 10-day guy out there and with a two-way guy out there, both playing for their very NBA lives, you saw effort. The problem is they just, at the end of the day, it's just hard to see them, or you see why they are in the position that they are, because they have flaws in their game. Their effort was there, and it helps lift up the whole team. But unfortunately, again, the execution proved otherwise. So let me ask you this. If we're only Luka, legend, would we have seen the same kind of effort, or would we have seen something different tonight?
I would say probably about the same kind of effort. I mean, you missed on most of your starters. I mean, what can you do at that point? I mean, you can
would have been more Luka
against
the world, though. Would have been more Luka against the world, more Luka going for 50 tonight. As far as that's concerned, and maybe some of the other
let me
guys.
Let me ask Legend. Let me ask him the question this way: would we have a better chance to have won with Luka than we did tonight, or do you think the outcome would have been the same?
I think Luka might have given you a better shot versus LeBron. At a 41-year-old, I mean, you can't expect
logically
age, man. And I understand people putting pressure on LeBron. Because,
I know.
Man, $51 million. I mean, hey, man, you asked for the money, so you got
52
with it. You know?
That's right. No, man. Legend, and sorry to cut you off, Gerald. That is exactly the answer, man. Luka would have given us a bit more of a fighting chance, but whether or not we would have won this game, very questionable. With LeBron tonight, there was no chance. And you're telling me this guy's on $52 million a year?
52.
Man, add his son's salary. And you can add his son's salary to that, Gerald. 60-odd million between the LeBronzes, or, the LeBronzes doesn't make sense. The Jameses, obviously, to play for us. And it's just poor, man. It's like, come on, guys, man. Like, honestly, we had a pretty in-depth discussion tonight, Gerald, about taking LeBron James on the veteran minimum next year. Are you crazy? I don't want this guy anywhere near the club, man. I don't want Rich Paul near the club. I don't want Bronny near the club. Like, tonight was the kind of game, man, as a leader, honestly, you chew everyone out, man. LeBron should have looked like devastated at the result. LeBron doesn't care, man. And it's the same old crap, man. 7, 8 years of, okay, you won. And I said this today, man, and I don't care. Laker fans are going to go cut sick at me. You want a shortened chip. I didn't say bubble chip. I didn't undervalue it. You want a shortened chip. That's facts, man. Okay? You didn't win the 5 chips that Kobe won with us, man. Full seasons, man. Okay? Okay, LeBron, fine. 1 chip. Thank you. Other than that, it's been borderline catastrophic, man. Making the Western Conference Finals and losing to Denver in a sweep, man. Joe, man, come on. When is enough, man? Why do we keep retaining this guy? And why are people like MJ and Alan, who I respect, man, they are like yourselves, aficionados of the Lakers. Why are we even saying we want this guy back on a veteran minimum, man? The dude is not a leader. I'm over it, man. I'm completely over what LeBron James is bringing to the team. He, as a second player, can never step up, man. Hey, Joe, I hope Joe's watching. It's not going to like this because Joe's my boy. Joe's my brother. He's my older brother. So I respect Joe. I don't. But when Joe was talking about LeBron James's game the other day, I didn't fully agree. The 27-odd points, the 10 rebounds. Man, it was all in a losing effort. Everything's in a losing effort with this guy. I just like, we're about winning, man. And it's okay. Sorry to focus on LeBron. Sincerely, I know that people are not going to be happy with me, and there's a lot of issues. But I'm just focusing on the fact that, okay, when I look at the teams tonight, and Luka's out, and your second best player is elevated, and he like you tell yourself that you've got no chance after that point. Like, I'm severely worried, man. So LeBron's got to go, man. LeBron has got to go from this club. And like we said tonight, Joe, clean house. Maybe it's terminate JJ. Maybe it's obviously it's get rid of Rob, but maybe it's get rid of JJ and the coaching staff. And it's, okay, Luka, you're a cornerstone. If you can retain AR for the right money, you're also a cornerstone. And let's just build from there. But, whether or not that's going to go down like that, I'm not too sure. But spare me all this crap about LeBron James, man. Like, honestly, man, every time he plays well, it's in a losing effort. Nah. That's our second best player. Like, it's a comedy show at this point. And I'm sick of age being an excuse, man. What have I walked this weekend, Joe? 40 Ks? 40 kilometers as a 40-year-old. Okay? Yeah, good on you, LeBron. Play one every 3 games, man. And half the time you stopped. And you can dunk it because you're 7 foot tall. And you brought in your son to the team, man. Man, why do we keep glazing this LeBron guy, man? Honestly, man, he's been crap for us, man. We had Kobe Bryant, who won 5 chips, and we don't talk about him being the second best player of all time? Man, I don't know. Okay, I'm 40. I keep saying this. I don't know if it's the new generation, man, and they accept mediocrity. 4 chips, and you're calling him the GOAT? Stop embarrassing yourself. Stop embarrassing yourself, man. Do you think Steph Curry walks around calling himself the GOAT? He's won 4 chips. He's won 3 against LeBron. He could say, look, he's better than LeBron. He doesn't do any of that shit. LeBron's the only one that calls himself the GOAT, man, with 4 chips. Nah, man. I'm sorry. Tonight was as bad as it gets, man. We're looking at play-in type stuff, Gerald. The Clippers are better than us. They're better than us, Gerald. They got a better team. They got a better roster. I'm sorry.
Well,
I want to be happy on a Sunday. This is Sunday Arvo. I need to be happy, and I need to work tomorrow. But after what I saw today, man, I can't be happy anymore, man. I cannot be happy with this team. And yeah, everyone keeps blaming JJ, and they keep blaming LeBron James, man. I'm blaming you. You're the second best player in the team. You needed to be activated tonight as the best player, and we were not competitive. And that keeps happening every time with LeBron. Nah, man, go. Get lost, get out. Get your son out, get Gabe out, get half the team out, man. Get them all out, man. Honestly, Ravioli, okay, we covered, what the F are we ever criticizing Ravioli, Gerald? At least the guy is ready to play, man. He plays back to back. None of these guys play back to back.
We've had our chance to. We've taken time, both in a positive and negative fashion, against all these.
LeBron might play tomorrow, Gerald. Will LeBron play tomorrow, Gerald?
That I don't know. I haven't seen Twitter as of yet.
But
he did play a back to back in the last back to back for the Lakers.
Great effort, LeBron. A losing effort where you're never in the game and then you're not playing tomorrow.
Again,
hell yeah, you're the GOAT. He's not the GOAT, man. He's not the GOAT. Sorry.
Again, you're still talking about a guy that's 41 years old, and I'm not here to defend LeBron. I'm
not
just 40. Say, again, he's 41 years old. You're asking him to do a lot as far as carrying a team at his age, where he's just not capable of doing it for that many times. He's actually looked better than anyone at this age ever. I'm putting it on that side, but the bad side is you see tonight where it's just not there. It's just not there for him on both sides of the ball. He didn't execute well at all on both sides of the ball. And it just, again, a lot of the spotlight as the leading player coming in.
Mistake, man.
With Luka, the question was asked. Alan also wanted to rephrase that question in saying, if the same results had happened, Legend, and it was Luka and not LeBron tonight, would we be as harsh, or are we just being as harsh because of LeBron James? I can say if Luka didn't get it done tonight, then he didn't get it done, and we're just going to call it out like it is. At least I am. But Legend, let me ask you: is it just LeBron James because he was the marquee for tonight as the top player for the Lakers, or is it just the fact that they just got blown out? Is if Luka was there instead of LeBron, is there a difference in what we're saying?
I would say no, because still you three are the main leaders of the team. Whatever happens on them, it's gonna fall on you. It is what it is. I would still have to put the blame on you. You the top dog. Them boys are following you. It's on you. And look, I get it. LeBron's 41, so he knows a lot. I don't expect him to do. But at the same time,
it wasn't a terrible game by him, but it's just he needed to elevate his game to another level tonight without the top two scorers on the team.
There's no influence on the game, man.
And it was just, he got close to his averages, which is just, we needed something more. And on defense, he can't get beat back door like he did tonight. He has to keep this team invested. There are guys on 10 days and 2 ways out there fighting for their NBA playoff lives. Again, trying as hard as they can. I saw Buffkin diving on the floor. I saw Timme giving every effort. But these guys, they're 2-way guys and 10-day guys for a reason. You saw how bad they executed on defense. And it's just, you feel bad for kids, but that's the NBA talent level for you. But yeah, I mean, if Luka's here and Luka was the one who got roasted tonight, then we got to call it the same way as we do for LeBron.
I will say though, Gerald, I will say that for people too need to understand that even though LeBron's 41, I get it, understandable. But you took that money, so you have to take what comes with that money. If you knew for a fact you cannot perform that you need for that money, don't take the money. Nobody want to criticize you out here. You asked for that when you took that 50-some million, so you got to take what comes with it.
He had the chance to opt out of the entire thing and become a free agent and re-sign with the Lakers for a much lower deal. You were right, absolutely.
So I got to blame.
And that's facts. Man, Legend has brought up the point we brought up during. Man, he chose this path. He chose for 55 mil. He could have taken a lot less for the last 5-10 years of his career. This dude is a billionaire. Okay, he's always taken max money because he sort of believes in the principle: if you're playing well enough, you will take max money. Man, Tom Brady didn't. Lionel Messi didn't when he played for Barcelona and sacrificed, 500 million, $1 billion to play in the Saudi Arabian league. Honestly, man, LeBron James is a massive part of the issue right now. And I'm not going to just focus on him, but I'm just going to talk about, I'm going to mention it one more time, Joe. When Luka Doncic is out, okay, so, there might be people here that are, into betting as well. I don't mind looking at odds and things like that, okay? When Luka was in the team, man, we were favorite. So I put money, I had a multi, it was a pretty good multi, and I had money into LA Lakers, right? Thinking, okay, Luka's playing, we've got a chance. As soon as Luka goes out, our odds blow out, we've got no chance. And every time it happens that way. So, LeBron James, you're on 55 mil. You took 55 mil plus your whatever you did. 52 plus your son. So you're on 60 plus. You're getting over $60 million a year from the Lakers. I said this today, guys. Not even collectively, the people in the Discord would add up to the amount of money that LeBron's getting paid in one friggin' year, man.
It is.
And we're glazing this guy.
It's 55 when you put Bron
55
and together.
700. It doesn't matter, Joe. It's unattainable money for the normal man. Okay, this guy is on so much coin, and his output is not good enough, and we can't win games when he's the main focus. This is the Lakers, man. This is not friggin', New Orleans Pelicans, man. This is the LA Lakers, the prime of the. Honestly, man, I'm going to say it. Why is Boston Celtics run so much better than the Lakers, man? Why are they better? Why are they competitive? And we suck, man.
Well,
Man,
right now,
clear house, LeBron, go. JJ, go. Gabe, go. Gerald, Gabe, out, man. Gabe's not good enough to play in the Australian League, Gerald. I watched the Australian League, man. He's not good enough to start in the Australian League. And he starts with the Lakers tonight. Bronny James, man, how did he get significant minutes over Dalton Connect? Why the hell did you not go through with the trade? When you look in hindsight, and Joe, I'm going to let Joe cook, but Joe, man, Joe always says, okay, that trade, it was good we rescinded it. Joe, I'm going to ask you the question, are you sure it's good we rescinded it, man? Because Mark Williams, he's better than DA. Dalton Connect is an absolute spud. And this pick, we're likely to waste. Man, every decision we've got, man, Rob Pelinka, thank you for getting apparently Luka because of your relationship with Nico Harrison, who is subsequently being fired. Like, great trade all around, guys. Man, Rob Pelinka, someone go to friggin' Staples, man. I'm in Australia, guys. I'm on the Gold Coast, man. I'm 16 hours away. Someone go to Staples, Crypto, whatever the hell it's called, and demand that he goes, man. Protest, man. Upturn cars, whatever you do in LA when it gets serious, man. Protest. This is bad, guys. This is shocking. And when you're talking about retaining LeBron James, what are we looking at here, man? 10, 15 years without chips? No, man. I'm not about that life. I'm about chips every year. But it's becoming, honestly, tonight, it broke me today. I've been Mr. Optimistic. Clearly, I'm not anymore. I'm absolutely broken. LeBron James, if you can't step up and beat a Portland team, piss off and retire. F off and retire. You haven't renounced. He hasn't even announced his retirement, Joe. He thinks he's going around again at 42. Bruh, I'm 6 months younger. Someone draft me, man. Draft me as the oldest drafted player from Australia, half Spanish, whatever the hell I am. Just get me in the league, man. I can play better than this clown. Man. What a heartbreaking. Honestly, tonight, man, it just broke me. Just broke me, man.
I just can't wait for the comments.
Because I just knew we couldn't win.
I just can't wait for the
comments. Yeah, I'm so sorry to the chat.
No, you're good, man.
I'm really sorry to chat. I can't. I'm on my phone, so I can't interact with the chat like I normally do. But I'm just.
You're creating.
I'm broken, man. I got to take like a week off work or something. I can't do this.
You're creating a memorable time for our audience.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Obviously, people are going to think it's unreasonable what I'm saying and that, but we've been here day in, day out, guys. Like, this isn't my first go around, okay? You haven't seen me in the last month or so, but I'm pretty consistent with the guys, and often I'm the most optimistic person, where, you know, people are pretty down and I've got to lift them up. But, man, I can't get my head around we can't beat a Portland team without our best player. You know, LeBron's the second best, blah, 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 blah. Man, honestly, bring AR back in the team, bring Luka and LeBron, get injured for the rest of the year, man. Or go to retirement home or do whatever the hell you do, man. Because you're not a winning player anymore, and I'm done, man. I'm done with LeBron. I'm done with half the team, man. Just done with everyone. Vari, thank you for putting on the game. But you're done too. SB, baby, it's got to go.
And you guys, again, are getting the nice version of what was said.
Sports babies.
He was even better on Discord, and I'll just leave it at that. But once again, the Lakers, they do lose.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're all good. 132 to 116. Also here today, good man indeed. He is here in the chat. No video, but audio is good enough for us. It always is with Joe Soro, aka Mr. Simblades with the Y.com. Joe, good to have you here. Insults aside, as always, again, this team, an underwhelming effort. They go in shorthanded with no centers. Well, actually, 2 centers gone, 2 of the top scorers gone. LeBron and the kids just wasn't enough tonight, my friend.
Well, I hope this is a clear message that salary caps and tight aprons are not the answer to competitive and good products. I think what was more irritating tonight than seeing Bronny James come out in the second quarter was the fact that we saw 20 free throws in the first quarter for one team.
Mm-hmm.
And in football, you can the word is you can call a holding call on almost every play. It's probably one of the dumbest cliched bullshit lines I think I hear in football, because that's actually not true. Okay, if you actually watch the offensive line, yeah, they may grab them by the jersey, but it's really for a minimal amount. It's when they pull out one left or right, and then they're still holding. That's a holding. So the product in the NBA is just as frustrating as the Lakers team is, and this is the result of parity. This is the result of making everything even, and everyone uses football as the barometer in terms of, well, look at football. They've had a hard cap since 1993. Look how great it is. First of all, football is great because of the sport. And as far as parity is concerned, in case you dipshits forgot, Tom Brady went to 10 Super Bowls in 20 years. That's not parity. Okay? Patrick Mahomes went to 7 AFC championship games, 5 Super Bowls, and won 3 of them the moment he became a starter. Is that parity? No, it's not parity. So I think what happens a lot of times is people manifest things in their heads because, number one, they're losers because their team isn't winning and they got to find an excuse. Just like in life, right? When the rich are when somebody's successful, when they're rich, they're good looking or whatever, right away it's, well, let's go tax these guys. Well, oh, they do this over here. Oh, human beings are a disgusting species when they don't get what they want. And then they blame their failures, their inadequacies, their stupidness against success, good-looking things, successful things, whatever, right? So what was frustrating tonight, it was, and it didn't feel good even before the game started. Sometimes you've been watching, we've been watching this game for a long time. We've been watching this team, and I'm not just talking about this particular team, I'm talking about basketball in general. We've seen it so many times that you do get a instinct to it. And I had zero desire to watch the game tonight. And when I was watching a little bit of it in the first quarter, because I was going back and forth to the Seattle-San Francisco game, I'm like, this game sucks. Every other fucking call was a freaking foul. And then I saw Bronny James coming in the second quarter. I was like, that's it. I'm done. And this is the result, folks. This is the result. You should understand that just because you're rich, just because you inherited things, just because you're living a certain life that you probably want to live, that doesn't mean you're good, okay? Rob Pelinka sucks at his job. Jeannie sucks at her job. And most second generation trust fund kids are usually that. This isn't a surprise. The Buss family, after Dr. Buss relinquished his throne, has sucked for more than 10 years. And LeBron James, I was impressed by LeBron James's individual skills the other night, even in a loss, because there was a moment there where they looked like they could have won, but there was mistakes made at the end. It is what it is. It happens. But at the same time, we know who this guy is. We know what his surroundings is. Look at his agent. We've talked about this piece of shit for how long? Why are things the way they are? Because of people like him and the allowance by LeBron James to do this. Did you ever hear Michael Jordan, Arn Tellem ever talk about stuff? Did you ever hear him talk? You never heard anything like that. When Rob Pelinka was representing Kobe, did you ever hear anything from him during any kind of issue with the Lakers? When I heard Rob Pelinka was repping Kobe, I was like, Rob Pelinka from Michigan? You mean from the Fab Five, Michigan? Like, I didn't even know. So you can't tell people you're a leader and you're this and you're that, and your hanger-ons are getting more are flapping their gums. What kind of leader are you? So yeah, in terms of what Mark said, is LeBron really a leader? Has he ever been a leader? I think we had a discussion there a while back about it, and people thought I was nuts. I used to say Ben Roethlisberger wasn't a real leader.
I think it was around the time you and John were having those, Jordan versus LeBron.
Yeah. So here, when I say leader, like leader is a very subjective assessment, right? Mm-hmm. Can you will? Have you ever really seen LeBron James will people around him? Is that who he is? The answer is no. And that's not something that everyone can do. I not every great player has that ability. And right now, we've talked about the habits of this team. What happened tonight is a result of habits. These guys have horrible habits. And JJ Redick's temperament isn't an ability that his ability in terms of his temperament isn't something that lasts long. He's too emotional. He's too pretentious. He comes off as a know-it-all. That ends communication with players that are usually not too bright. And then when they see LeBron doing it, when they see the Luka do it, when they see the leaders of the team doing it, what made Tim Duncan great? Everybody talks about Tim Duncan being great, right? In terms of his particular era. And this goes for Steph Curry too. What made those two guys great, really great, is they took the tongue lashings, and then everyone else had to get in line. That's why Greg Popovich was able to do what he did, because he could get upset with Tim Duncan in front of everybody. Bill Belichick could also get on Tom Brady, and everyone around them were like, well, if he's going to yell at Tom Brady, he's going to yell. Pop's going to yell at Tim Duncan. Who the hell are we? So it's a lot of just disconnected communication. It's lack of talent, lack of desire, horrible roster construction. However, there is a light coming. It's about 2.5 months away now. And you know how fast 2.5 months goes, especially if you're living paycheck to paycheck. For most of you out there, that every month comes pretty quick because you got to pay the rent, you got to pay the mortgage, right? So just imagine in 3 more rent, 3 more mortgage payments, this is going to be over. It's going to be over. And this house is going to get cleaned thoroughly. And I'm waiting for that, because what else are we going to be happy about? Are we going to be happy about them going in the first round and getting killed? No. Are we? What are we going to do? We're going to sit there and criticize Luka Doncic, because I can feel it in the discussion. People want us to give Luka Doncic the finger so bad, like we give LeBron the finger. Did you guys forget that LeBron James has been on this team for 8 seasons, and it's also LeBron James? There's a difference. Luka has still not even been here the whole year yet. The problems that we have right now or the Lakers' problems have been there before Luka. So why would we get on Luka for problems that have been festering for a better part of really what now? 4.5 years since the Westbrook trade. What is that gonna? How is that going to make sense? And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
2.5 months. We're 2.5 months away from this whole thing being over. Because unless LeBron James takes $10 million to come back, and even then, I don't even think that's going to happen. Because again, the LeBron atmosphere is too distracting. And
Well,
right
that's
now,
what got Mark upset, though, Joe, is when the suggestion was made on if we should bring
I wouldn't
back
even pay
LeBron
the veteran
on the
minimum.
well, the thing is, yeah, you can't bring him back anyways, even if he played for free, because look at what his people do around this team. They're a disease.
That's right.
His son being on this team is an insult. It's an insult to NBA basketball.
Yeah.
I just don't. You can't.
Son's not even good enough to play in Australia.
You can't run a business like this. Nepotism. It's funny how they talk about nepotism. Oh, there's, look at the NFL, look at the front. I'm like, that's front office. That's coaching stuff. I'm talking about athletic ability. Athletic ability is a completely different thing. And even then, like right now, there's a lot of talk about a certain coach right now because the Steelers are looking for a head coach. His name is Chris Shula, right? So Chris Shula is the grandson of the great Don Shula. And his dad, Chris's dad, David Shula, he comes from, royalty basically, right? When he became a head coach, he failed miserably. And that was it. Like, he failed and that was it. So nothing's guaranteed. And if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be gone. And right now, you're going to have an adult or adults running this team very, very soon. It's slowly building because I know that Mark Walter and Jeannie are friends, and it looks like he's a pretty respectful guy. He doesn't look at Jeannie like we do, obviously. But this Rob Pelinka Jeannie era is going to be gone, and LeBron, we're going to tip our hat to him. Thanks for the title in 2020. For those of you who don't think it's a real title, go fuck yourself. I don't really give a shit. But again, I'm just it just needs to play out, and unfortunately, we have to sit here and soak in it. It's just there's nothing else we can do. This is the system that these assholes voted for. This is the system that you all wanted, right?
True.
Because you couldn't wait a few months of no money because you fuckers can't even get a credit card without your money because you have shitty credit. You don't know how to manage your money. You couldn't set a lockout and say, hey, we're not going to do this because we want to have a little bit of freedom. No, now you don't have shit. You got to wait till 2027 for 3 guys right now that I'm looking at that maybe might be available. We don't even know yet if that's going to happen.
Well, once again, it is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. Legend, let's bring you back in here, my friend. So with that, again, the Lakers find themselves in 6th place in the Western Conference, sliding down. I know that El Rosto is trying to put everybody on the right side as far as which they are, a game and a half out of 4th place in the Western Conference. But the Lakers would have to go on a run in order to do that. And right now, the Lakers, over the course of the past 6 weeks, have not been on anything on the run. It's when with Austin Reaves in the lineup, it was without LeBron James in the lineup. It's been with LeBron James in the lineup. It's been without Austin Reaves in the lineup. And then even the time there was all 3 in the lineup. And nothing has seemed to click consistently for this team in weeks. So with that, my friend, again, with all that said and done, the Lakers, again, 6th place West Conference. 8 of their next 9 games are on the road. It's tomorrow night at the Crypt, and then it's out on the road for 8 games. Now, another good thing to go in the El Rosto cap, because he's trying to put the positivity swing on it, is that the Lakers actually have a better record on the road than at home. They didn't prove it tonight, mind you, but when a team may be able to focus more on the road, as the Lakers have, and this we'll see if this team is a team, because I know that Perk said that this is a team of players that they don't They don't play as a team. They don't unite as a team. He bets they don't go to do things together off the court. They don't go ahead in any type of camaraderie things. They don't come together as a team outside of what they do in the games and practice. So with that, we will see what happens because they're going to be stuck with each other for the next 8 games after tomorrow. So we'll find out, Legend, what this team has, and I think we'll get a good idea of what if there's still anything left for this season, because it then gets into right where the trading deadline is going to be right there when they're done with all those games.
One thing I would definitely say on this 8-game road trip, you better try to start winning some games because it's getting very tight where they at right now. The Phoenix is like right there with you. Clippers are starting to really get some momentum going on. And, Houston's right there with you, too. If you don't be careful, you could really potentially be in that 7th seed spot, be in the play-in with my pathetic Warriors. So you'd be right there beside them. You might want to start trying to string some wins and try to keep yourself afloat because it's getting very spooky right now. And then the last part I really want to say is they got to begin really trying to put this team together the way you want to build around Luka, because you really don't got that much time. The Wemby's coming. It's already showing right now. Wemby's is starting to arrive. And that's going to make it harder and harder to come out that West. Oklahoma's not going anywhere. Denver not going anywhere. How much time you got left to really try to put a team together and get to the finals? Time is ticking. I've been said a long time ago, when Wemby arrived, good luck to everybody in the West, with Oklahoma being there too. Good luck, you're going to need it because the chance of getting out is very slim. The CBA is already against you as well. You get to the point you got to let go of some of your players because you can't afford to keep them without going into that second luxury tax. So you got to eventually start putting this thing together. Because ain't Luka going to be like 27 this year? Clock is ticking. I mean, I don't know what he's going to look like in the 30s. He's already getting a lot of knick-knack injuries, so make you kind of wonder what the 30s going to look like. If you're going to win with him now, you got 3 years to make it happen. 3 years.
Maybe longer, depending on
Gerald, I'm just going to
go ahead.
So sorry to quickly chime in there. There's 2 things that I want to. Rodell, I'll come back to you, but Rodell is tripping balls about the Luka trade, and that potentially it shouldn't have been made.
Because he loves
I don't know how.
Mark, you've known him for long. He is a Christie super fan, and he will not get off.
Man.
But the thing is,
does he know Christie's not a girl? It's an NBA player. He might think it's a girl that he's in love with. Max Christie is an NBA player that sucks, man.
No,
Rodell, you're tripping ball.
With you there. He's a solid NBA rotation.
Okay. Gerald, he's fine. Come on, Gerald.
Hold on.
Rodell is talking about.
Pretty close.
Yeah, fine. Go, Gerald. Sorry.
Yeah, the Lakers had. Yeah. Okay, let's say they didn't make the Luka trade. Okay, right now they would have Max Christie and street clothes. Is what they would have, because AD would be out right now with a
but apparently Rodell would be happy with that, Gerald, because making the Luka trade put us back 10 years. Rodell, what is doing there with your logic, man? Like, that's insane. The fact that Luka was out tonight and we had no chance, I don't know where you're coming from with any of that, man. Luka's the leading scorer in the NBA. He's the 3rd highest scorer, or 2nd potentially, in NBA history, his average right now. Like, what is doing with that kind of logic where Rodell's like, oh, he sucks, man, we shouldn't have traded? Nah. Okay, and then I'm going to ask one question to Legend, unrelated to Lakers, because I'll probably need to chill out a bit here. Legend, man, when I look at that trade for Trae Young, I still don't think it was enough, man. And they haven't played super well since he got traded, and I know that they, played better without him anyway, blah, blah, blah. How are you feeling about that trade overall a week or so later?
They traded him away for a bag of chips, a lollipop, and water.
Nice.
Where you could have potentially traded for a really competitive team. And I know you got that New Orleans pick next year, and hopefully that turns out to be somewhat high. and it will because New Orleans are terrible. But man, they did not get enough for Trey, man. Just
Not at
like
all.
to talk unrelated. Yeah, but yeah, Riddell, man. Like obviously, I respect Riddell. He's been here forever and a day, but man, he seems to go Luka a bit too much, man. I mean, Luka's the only reason we've won games this year. Luka and AR. You know, as soon as LeBron's came back, Joe, the whole dynamics changed. No one's winning, no accountability, clown show stuff, laughing it up, talking with Dylan Brooks, talking with opposition players, talking with Rich Paul. Man, come on, man. I'm 40. I lead men too in what I do. Okay, it's not an NBA court. I'm not getting paid 55 mil. But I lead people, man, and I show them how to be led, man. I don't F around. LeBron F's around all the time, joking it up, this and that with his son. Get out, man. Get out of this club, and no crappy veteran minimum talk, man, by anyone in our LFB group. Who the hell wants to bring this guy back? Come on, man. Everyone's looking for an excuse tonight, Gerald. Everyone is looking for an excuse tonight. When your best player's out, who steps up? Your second best player. Who is that? It's LeBron James, and there's just no winning time. Nothing, Gerald, man. The dude was so piss poor tonight, man. It was crap. It was crap. Everything's so slow. The effort the other night, yeah, great effort, man. Great effort to get us down to the last play. Man, he choked the last play. F this, man. I'm telling you right now, man, if Kobe was around, it's like this wouldn't be happening, man. Like the accountability at the Lakers is just not there, Gerald. It's not becoming of a club that's won 16 chips or whatever, 18 chips, Gerald. Like, it's just not, man. I'll go for Barcelona and I'll go for Lakers, man. Honestly, man, if we had this sort of poor stretch that we've had, JJ would be gone. Just gone. If it was Barcelona Football Club. Start making moves, man. Okay, Joe, I understand the patience part of it, but why are we being so patient? You got rid of the bus boys. Why are we still waiting for them to change, Rob? Man, this is a trade period where we could be effective. Like, we can't hang on forever. You know, and the Walters, man, I'll say this, Joe, and please, you know, they've been great for the Dodgers, man, but they've also bought other clubs and they've been shite. Do something sooner rather than later, man. And do not wait the rest of the season to get rid of Rob Pelinka. That move can happen now. We didn't replace the bus boys. So F Rob off and do nothing, man. But do not get this guy in the club after games, man, standing in the tunnel, shaking players' hands during losses. Hell no, man. This club has changed. I swear it's changed. In like a couple of years, man. It's changed. The winning mentality, we've got to get it back, and we've got to get it back soon. The fans have it. The fans want to win every game. But the team, the club, the players, it's not like that, man. They're all about the Benjamins. They're happy to collect the coin and roll and be weak and be piss poor and show no urgency whatsoever. Gabe Vincent was playing for his fucking career tonight. He hasn't played in games, man. He gets no significant minutes. He starts tonight and he is shite as usual. LeBron can't win a game. Ravioli, man, okay. I like Jake, but and the fact that he's there and his willingness to play. Yeah, Jake was terrible tonight. Okay, but you've got to offset that by other. What's going on with JJ playing Rui? Like, Rui's been back a couple of games. Okay, a game where Luka's out. How is he not playing 30 odd minutes, man? Man, between the coaching staff, yeah. Nah. Well, I'm sorry, Rui. If you're on a minutes restriction, go back home, go for a holiday in Japan, whatever, in Tokyo, and chill out for a bit. Chill out for like 3 months, man. No minutes restrictions at the Lakers anymore, man. None of this crap. If you're fit enough to play, you're good enough. And you've got to play the whole time. And there's just no, Matt, I'm telling you now, Gerald, man, the standards are very poor. And I'm not blaming JJ Redick for the standards, man. I believe that he demands them to a degree. But guys like LeBron, man, nah. It's just not good enough anymore, man. Gerald, just clear house. Clear house now. Man, honestly, man, I want everyone traded. I want Luka, not Luka, everyone aside from Luka, traded, man. Everyone. Like, just tell LeBron, here's your 55 mil. You're never playing for the Lakers again. You can't win us games, so what's the point of you? I know it's unrealistic, man, but I just, like, come on, Gerald, like, are we going to win? Are we literally saying if Luka's out, we can't win?
I'm not saying that.
What sort of team is this, man? Well, I mean, that's what it feels like. That's what the odds said. That's what Portland just absolutely demolished us.
Well, let me just say this.
It's not competitive.
Nick T put it in the super chat. He said LeBron didn't play against the Blazers back in October. The Lakers won with AR scoring 41 points. The roster is flawed and they're top heavy. Yes, the Lakers could have won tonight with a vintage performance from LeBron. That it would have taken that in order for the Lakers to get the victory tonight. You did have an unexpected 20 points plus from a player you weren't expecting. Tonight, it was Drew Timme. Before, it was Nick Smith in that game, previously in October. So, again, you just, instead of having LeBron having an game, he needed to go ahead and step up, and it just didn't get done. But, Joe, let me bring it back to you. With that, though, with the Lakers,
I'm going to say one thing. Greg Brown, you shut the fuck up, man. We've all got opinions here, and if we talk when Joe's talking, it is not out of disrespect, man. And sometimes we want to have a conversation with Joe, and we're his mate. So if you're just here for what Joe says, trust me, I'm mainly here for that as well, and Gerald. But don't fucking disrespect other people that comment on here and have an opinion, all right? Greg Brown, man, we've seen you before, bro. Don't F around here, man. Joe's our mate, okay? He respects our voice just as much as you should. Don't discourage other people from coming on, Greg. Do not do that, man.
Absolutely. You guys should always be given an opportunity to do so. And if you want to stop by and vent, just like Mark has, you can always hit me up, LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com. So with that, Joe, again, the Lakers find themselves with a home game tomorrow night against Toronto and then 8 games on the road. This team obviously is not heading in the right direction. And you're saying, of course, to be patient, to not do anything drastic that they would regret. And again, it's very hard to communicate that to this fan base, which wants a change like yesterday in order to go ahead and fix what is broken right now. So again, you've been trying to communicate that for some time as far as patience, but it's hard to do that with this fan base that the Lakers have.
Well, the patience is based off of a couple things. Number one, the Lakers don't have shit to trade. Their players suck ass, and they don't have any draft capital to attach anything to get talent back. The other thing is, in terms of why Rob Pelinka hasn't been let go yet, is there's likely a arrangement with Genie that they're not going to get, that with Mark Walter and the Guggenheims, that they're not going to let him go during the season. We don't know when they're going to let him go. We don't know when
he got an extension, if you remember, just before the sale went through.
Yeah, but for those of you who forgot who Mark Walter and the Guggenheims are, these guys just paid, when you add in the tax, $110 million a year for Mr.
Kyle Tucker. Yes,
and I say stay patient because in a lot of ways there's no other choice. The Lakers do not have value anywhere other than Luka Doncic, and then maybe a couple of players, and even those guys are not really valuable to another team that's going to make a difference. It is a bad system. It is a terribly bad system, and the only way the system gets rebooted is when those contracts come off the books. There is no other way, guys. There isn't. any other way. Even if Giannis demands to go to LA, he will not sniff LA at the deadline because the Lakers don't have anything to give, not even a little bit. And that's just the facts. There is nothing else. It's going to get fixed. We just have to wait. And I'm not going to sit here and continue to complain over the same thing over and over again. I just, it's a waste of time. I don't really care at this point. I don't really care about what happens this year. I'll enjoy the games if they're good. I'll try to watch the games as much as I can. Tonight was really the first game I missed. Really, I mean, I did see about a half a quarter, but it was all in all, like, tonight was a NBA disaster. Tonight was an NBA product of trash. The NBA should be ashamed of themselves. The Lakers should be ashamed of themselves. And LeBron taking $52 million a year to suck ass should be ashamed of himself. And that's part of why this is all messed up in the NBA, guys. I mean, look what these guys have done the last 5 years in the All-Star game. These guys don't have any pride in their league. They don't want to represent anything that matters other than themselves. They're individual, and there's always been this individuality. I'm not saying it just started 5 years ago, but at least we got participation on a regular basis. Guys that cared about winning. Rodell, being the absolute confused jughead that he is, he just compared Luka to Charles Barkley. I mean, Rodell has said some dumb things in his life, probably, outside basketball. But as far as basketball information, that might be one of the dumbest ones I think I've heard in any basketball discussion. Luka is Charles Barkley, like I'm Martin Luther King Jr. Where does that thinking go? How does that even compute? How does that even make any sense? Luka Doncic has nothing to do with what's going on right now. You know why? Because it was already happening. This was already happening before he got here. Why do we need to talk about Luka right now? Luka didn't even play tonight. That should be proof enough. Enough of the Luka talk. Guys, Luka's going to be here for another decade. Accept it. And he belongs here, by the way. And he's going to do well. But the problem is this team needs to be constructed for your star player. The Kobe team was constructed for Kobe. The Shaq and Kobe team was constructed for those guys. Magic had construction for him and Kareem. Luka's been here less than a year. There is no construction of Luka Doncic. They got really lucky, extremely lucky, that they traded a corpse about to go in the ground for a megastar in his prime. And you guys are still talking about the dumbest shit. Moron Twitter brains. That's what most of you guys are. And the system isn't allowing these guys to flip this. Listen to the setup. Learn it. You don't think I want them to get a couple players at the deadline so we can make a run this year? Of course I do. But it's not realistic. They jacked everything with this last deal. No one is trading shit. Dude, they just traded Trae Young for nothing. He's a 2010 player in his prime. What? Are you blind? Did you not see what's going on? So it's like yelling at a wall. It's a waste of time. Pelinka's going to be gone. Genie's going to be gone. All these assholes are going to be gone. And it's going to take time, a little bit. Not everything's going to be gone at the end of the year, but the most important part's going to be gone at the end of the year, which is the contracts of players that are going to be done. And then now you can start building this sucker. I don't give a shit who you love or who I love, Rodell. I don't stop putting words in my mouth. I don't give a shit what you say
Yeah.
at all. Nothing. Okay. I'm only answering your post because it's entertaining. I really don't care what you think. What you think usually is stupid.
Now,
Okay.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Joe. He says, "Calm down, Joe. You love Luca. I don't. He is
I don't
not my
calm
kind of
down.
sport."
I don't calm down. I love the
Well,
Lakers, by the way,
well,
asshole.
let me
Okay.
finish this.
No,
Let me just.
no. I got to finish now. I love the Lakers. Luka's a part of the future of the Lakers. Stop saying I love Luka, okay? I love the Lakers and I love Luka because he's in his prime and he's a superstar, future Hall of Famer that's going to help this team win. Learn a little bit about who we are here. Laker fans. We're not LeBron fans. I was asked after LeBron won the championship in 2020, what if LeBron wins 3 in a row? Is he better than Kobe? I go, I don't give a shit who he's better than. I want banners in the rafters. If LeBron is bringing it,
Yeah.
if Kobe's bringing it, if Luka's bringing it, I don't give a shit. I am a Laker fan. When Magic retired in 1991, I'm not going to count the 96 comeback. That was a jerk off. 91, I was still a Laker fan. When Kobe retired in 2016, I'm still a Laker fan. When Shaq got traded in 2004, I was still a Laker fan. And I don't give a shit if this team has a gang of D'Angelo Russells. I'm still going to be a Laker fan. I'm not going to watch a lot of the games, but I'm still going to be a Laker fan for life. Okay? So get your head out of your ass.
Fact.
Pay attention to what we're saying. Understand what's going on in the league. The league has a major problem right now. Not just with the Lakers doing what they're doing. They have a problem with the product. That has played a huge part too. None of these guys are healthy. None of these guys are playing any kind of consistency every day at all. It's every other day.
No.
The main discussion is this guy gonna play? They have a groin problem. They have a calf problem. They have an ass problem. They have an ear problem. It's like every other day we're talking more about, are these guys gonna play this week? That's a problem.
Let me just bring it to you, Joe, on this, okay? Because again, I'm saying what Rodell says here. Calm down, Joe. You love Luka. I don't. He's not my kind of star. He complains too much. He foul grifts too much, and he can't defend. He's not even that great of a shooter either. I've seen enough. Now, 3 of those 4 statements. We love Kobe, one of the greatest players of all time, Joe. Yes, he is better than Luka. But 3 of those 4 statements you could apply to Kobe to an extent as well. Did he or did he not complain to the refs quite a bit? Yes or no? Joe, are you there? We lost Joe. And we've lost Xbox. Okay. All right. Well, again, seems to be right here. I'm getting all these pertinent questions right now when we needed to, and it looks like the guys have dropped out. But once again, it is, of course, the Lakers fast break. I'll try to hit them up with this question again to try and better clarify a stance when you talk about Kobe and Luka. Again, Kobe, no question, one of the greatest players of all time. If he's your number one, absolutely well deserved. But he did complain to the refs quite a bit. He did shoot a lot, and his percentage reflects that. He did grift for fouls. There were 3 seasons, if you go back, and that he did. Joe's coming back now. Joe, I got you back. Can you hear me?
Sorry there, G. I don't know why the audio went out for whatever
yes,
reason.
And then I don't know what's going on with Mark as well. But I wanted to ask you this. Okay, Kobe did argue with the refs quite a bit. Did he not?
Yes.
Did he shoot? Was he that great of a shooter? When you
no, he was a 44. Kobe was a 44.9% career.
And 32 from 3.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, this is
and well, hold on. One more question. Did he foul grift a lot? Because he had 3 seasons with 10 attempts, free throw attempts a game. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So again, he was a much better defender than Luka. No question. I'm not even going to go there. But it's just, if 3 of these 4 things are like Kobe and we love Kobe so much, I don't understand why there's so much hate for Luka on that end.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of people's opinions when it comes to what we're seeing. Okay, we've seen enough of Luka to know who he is, and like anything else, no matter how good you are, if your shit sucks around you, it's not going to work. And right now, that's what you're seeing. See, look at this idiot right here now. Luka better than Kobe now. See, that's the interpretation that they got from that discussion. That's how stupid people are. I never said Luka was better than Kobe. Did you say it?
No, I didn't.
Did Mark say it?
No.
Did Legend say it from his couch?
Not from
Okay,
negative.
how many times are we going to talk about Luka's defense? Every 15 minutes?
And Nick T, again, Kobe is not a better shooter. You look at the numbers. Kobe statistically was not a better shooter overall. Look at the career statistics, Nick T. I'm just saying what the statistics are. So how can you say stop it when the statistics bear something out? And again, I am not saying Luka's a great
Christian.
shooter either. Well, hold on. I'm not saying that Luka is a great shooter either. By all means, because look at his stats too. But the statistics.
Look, I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have this discussion.
Yeah,
this is
people are just going. They're
get rid of that clown, man.
Okay? You guys think whatever you want. I'm not going to waste my time with this. You guys are idiots. Okay, I've said how many times, Luke? It's Michael Jordan, Luka, and it's Michael Jordan and Kobe next. That's the hierarchy. You want to believe that or not? That's on you. You're entitled to your opinion. But I'm not going to have this discussion. People can't interpret shit. This is why we have wars. This is why we have bad communication. That's why 70% of divorces happen, because people don't know how to fucking interpret shit, don't know how to communicate. We never said once in the last 5 minutes of talking about this that Kobe was not as good as Luka. I don't know where the hell that came from in your dead brains. No, you take a pill. You take a pill and shove it up your ass.
Wait, where's the mods,
Don't tell me
man?
to take a pill.
Wait, the mods? Get rid of that Christian dude.
No, it's okay. No, leave him there. Leave him there. No, leave him there. He needs to get his ass chewed. No, leave him there.
Fair enough.
We never said that. Why do you think that? Other than being stupid.
We never said Kobe is a better player than Luka.
Luka Doncic is on a very, very bad team. It does not work for his skill set. This is a team game. So all those idiots who go through the snake trail of, well, Michael played this in this era, and LeBron needed this, and Shaq needed that, and Kobe needed, like, in the end, you morons, it's a team game. A lot of it comes to luck. A lot of it comes to obvious talent and bringing in talent. A lot of it matters if the ownership's willing to invest. There's a lot of factors in this, okay? Kobe Bryant, as great as his career was, Kobe was at a disadvantage at his peak. And that's not something he could control. It's not something anyone but God could have controlled, maybe. Okay? So if you look back at the careers of these guys, you have to factor in the circumstances. Right now, Luka's circumstances is he was traded without knowing from the team he loved. And he's been adjusting for the last, 11 months now? And this team was already messed up before. You're going to have to wait for this crop to go so you can build around him properly because of the system. While sitting there and worrying about his defense and worrying about his shooting percentage is going to do nothing. This is a 5-time first-team All-NBA player, Rookie of the Year, Western Conference Final MVP, and a scoring champion. And he's the leading scorer. What is, are you going to just pick, oh, well, look, his TS percentage is off. Oh, he sucks. The mirror and realize that you're the ones that don't like the guy. If you don't like Luka, then just say you don't like him. Stop trying to work around it. Because Luka's a top 5 player, top 3 player in this league, whether you want to believe it or not. Our issue right now with the Lakers is what's been the issue for a while. And unfortunately, we got to wait for this season to end before we can get these schlep rocks off the freaking books. That's all that matters at this point. I don't know what else to tell you.
And again, none of us, and I repeat, none of us at any time in this conversation said that Luka is a better player than Kobe. I said, and just was quoting Rodell Johnson on his statement that he is tired of Luka because of this, because of this, because of this, and because of this. And Kobe, if you look at his statistics and you remember how he played, he barked at the refs. And if you look at the number of shots he took, and as far as his averages and what shooting averages, they're not all that great. They're actually below Luka's career numbers right now. Now, obviously, there's more years for Kobe, and Kobe executed many times when it mattered the most, which again puts Kobe above Luka because Luka has not done that as of yet. And Kobe defended when need be at a higher level than Luka ever has. So yes, Kobe is a better player or was a better player than Luka. But please do not put words in our mouth.
And please, Kobe's, God rest his soul, has been gone here for 6 years, and he's been retired for 10 years. Why is he a discussion right now?
Yeah, man.
It has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
And now you're saying he played against better competition.
Okay, it doesn't matter what Kobe was before. We're talking about 2026 now and
Nick
beyond.
T, okay, so Nick T, you're saying he played against better competition. So you're saying they were more athletic, they were tougher, they were more athletic, you're saying that they were better players back then than they are now? I don't know. I don't know on that one. The league evolves, gets more athletic. They get tall on average. If you look at the average, they get taller, faster, and more athletic with each and every year. You see right now, these small guards are getting traded like Trae Young and John Morant, and Gabe Vincent is looking because these small guards just can no longer compete in a league that's getting taller and more athletic. So I don't know if you are correct on that statement. Again, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but don't ever put words in our mouth because, again, Kobe's resume, what he did in crunch time, and also what he could do on the defensive end trumps, for lack of a better word, what Luka has done right now. But when Rodell puts out a checklist and you could say, well, Kobe did the same thing. Well, Kobe wasn't as good of a shooter statistically.
I don't understand this is infatuation with people and comparing one player to another. Like it's an ongoing disease that keeps just festering.
And now Roast is right. As an ultimate competitor, there's very little equal. There's very little equal.
Yeah.
Well said, El Roaster. And again, Kobe is and probably will always be a better player than Luka. But please don't put down Luka continuously. Right now, what would you have? You would have AD in street clothes right now, and Max Christie giving you 12 points a game. That's what you would have in this game. So enjoy.
In a good game.
And a good game. Well, 22, he got
man. And
playing well for him.
And Gerald, I've just looked up
1989.
Luka's averaging 33.6 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, 8.7 assists. I mean, are you serious?
Well,
nearly 34 points a game, and he sucks.
Well, the thing is, again,
what the hell, man?
Going that they had better players back in Kobe's era. Again, I will just argue against that in saying, and I don't know. Again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You could say there were better players at that point in time. You're entitled to it, but since then they become taller, faster, more athletic, and they shoot better from distance as a whole. So I don't know if you don't think that's better. Then that's fine. That's your opinion. But the stats and the facts bear that out as far as the competition today as opposed to previous. And I'll just put it at that. Again, we're arguing over.
And just quickly, like Joe said, man, but Gerald, you're talking about potentially the second greatest player of all time.
Yeah,
we're saying Luka's great, but you're talking about like a top 3 player. He's the best player I've ever seen. Okay, because I'm 40, I saw Jordan to a degree, but in Australia, we didn't get much coverage in the 90s. When you're able to watch basketball and you saw the likes of Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, like great players around that sort of Kobe generation, Kobe was the best of the best, man. And you just have to see what Michael Jordan says about Kobe, man. this dude was like a whole different level. The way he trained and all that. Like, why do we undersell Kobe, man? I can't get it. And yeah, and like to then compare a Luka to a Kobe, that's crazy. But there's no way. It doesn't mean we can't win 3 chips with Luka. It like, man, I don't know. We're a little bit perplexed or lost after such a bad loss, but Luka is our future, like Joe keeps saying. And until we build a roster around him, it's going to keep happening, man.
Again, Kobe is one of the definitive players in our lifetimes. Point blank, whether you put a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, one of the definitive players of our lifetime. As El Rosto said, no one outside of Michael Jordan had his competitiveness that I've ever seen in the game of basketball. No one. And in the way he executed in clutch time, again, there's a very little competition, including LeBron. But if you want to talk sheer stats, the sheer stats are right there. And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form Luka is a better player, because he's not. He's still quite a ways to go to even get in that conversation. But you guys take something and you steer it in the wrong direction, and it irks Joe, it irks Mark, and it irks me, because you guys are not seeing it how it really is. You see it how you want it to be. And right now the Lakers are a 9-game above 500 team that is a point differential that's closing in on a 0.08. They're right now on a bad streak. For the past 6 weeks, they have not looked like the team that they started with, and they're not right now the same team that they started off with. And the record and the schedule doesn't get any nicer for the Lakers, because they head out on the road for 8 of the next 9 games. We're all at each other's throat because of what's going on right now. I get it. I understand. You're frustrated. You're frustrated with what the Lakers are doing right now. I get it. I understand. A lot of you want changes now. But the problem is, this organization has set itself up for this period of time right now. They wanted their cake and ate it too, with a winning team now and a lot of cap space in 26 and 27. Well, as we see, you can only do one or the other, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not going to have this discussion anymore. I think it goes off the rails for no reason at this point. The Lakers, if you want to,
I understand they're all angry, Joe. I understand they're frustrated.
I don't know if I don't know. We're angry because of how dumb their interpretation skills are. What we need to start discussing is the realities of what's going to come. And we can analyze each game, obviously, because then it becomes a little redundant if we talk about the end too much. But as of right now, the evidence tonight shows a couple things for me. Number one, the Lakers are not going to compete for a championship in any way this year, no matter what. But we kind of already knew that deep down in the summer. The other is, how is this team going to plan for the next steps? I think that's going to be important. And, I don't really I don't like to use the term haters. To me, haters are direct. Let's say a Celtics fan came in here and said, the Lakers stink and this is why. And there's a little bit of competition there. This is just flat out just low IQ stuff, which is worse. Not being able to interpret things correctly is something that I always, when I'm around people who aren't getting the context. You've heard me say context a lot. You don't understand context. You're not very communicative. You're a problem, because you muddy the waters. We're pretty direct here on this show. We tell everybody who we are. We're not afraid to tell anyone what we're thinking and how I don't know. Maybe I'm not good at explaining it better. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I am. But point is, this team has cancer that needs to be removed for it to start healing. And that's it. That's all it is. And it's going to, and because of the way the system is set up, We have to wait. And that's all that matters at this point. We got to wait it out. And thank God, Jeannie, I can only imagine how worse it would be if it was still Jeannie and Rob running this thing, if they hadn't sold the team. It would be even more depressing.
Great having you on Xbox. Please make it a habit when you can. Come on, my friend. I know that the chat has loved your enthusiasm and fire tonight, and I appreciate it, my friend. But any last thoughts before we head on out?
Nah, yeah, thanks so much for having me on. It's absolute
Always,
pleasure to talk to yourself, Legend, and Joe, as always. Yeah, like obviously I lost the plot a bit this afternoon, and which is a bit of a shame. You know, I sort of start my working week tomorrow. I'd love to go into the working week with a Lakers win, but hopefully we can get up tomorrow if some of these boys decide that they want to play, aka Luka, you know, LeBron. Hopefully he can back up Da, Hayes, etc. Rui more minutes. But yeah, just love the chat, and I guess we just need to I need to keep going back to what Joe says about being patient. And yourself and Joe know this club better than anyone, and there is a future. It's just, yeah, it's tough when you sort of like isolate every game and you analyze every game like we do as Laker fans. And tonight was just, you know, I still can't get my head around if Luke is out, we can't win games. Like you've got to have a team that's built around, the ability for your star to step away. Like, they had that in Dallas. Like to a degree, Kyrie was playing possibly at a higher level than LeBron was, say this time last year for Luka. Like, I'm in a spin cycle right now, Gerald. Tonight's loss on its face wasn't possibly as bad as what I'm saying it was, but I've lost all hope now. So that hurts, but it can change quickly, and we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully I'll get back to being optimistic, but thanks so much for having me on. Pleasure talking to Joe, Gerald, and Legend, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. Again, are you referring to Luka's style? I agree. It doesn't matter if he averages his defense well. Oh yeah, I wrote down. It would always be an issue. I understand that, but again, you guys are just, I think, missing the point on that. You want something done now, and I get it. I understand that, but unfortunately, now cannot always happen with what the Lakers have and the assets they don't have. But Joe, any last thoughts, my friend, before we head on out?
No.
Frustrated indeed. Appreciate you jumping on the show. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow night we'll be here after the game. It is, of course, the Lakers and the Toronto Raptors. Hopefully it'll be a better ending for us and a little bit more spirited chat. But, everybody seemed a little bit feisty in the chat tonight and then here on the show. But we always appreciate the opinions one way or the other. But just appreciate you watching. So again, for Joe Sorrell, the Experiment, for Legend, I got Next Sports Media, and for Mark, aka Xbox, it's me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully improving your great Lakers weekend with a win against Toronto tomorrow night at the Crypt. We'll go ahead and talk about it. Defense does they can't do a lot of things, Rodell. Those are just two of them right there. Again, telling us stuff we already know. That's Rodell. All right. Again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Lakers Fast Break podcast.